to be talking about gluten sensitivity, and is it real? Because we know a lot of people talk about gluten sensitivity in relationship to lots of different symptoms. Now we're going to talk about what's in the latest research. So in the latest research, gluten sensitivity, in fact it's actually called non-celiac gluten or wheat sensitivity, has been now officially research-wise related to a whole bunch of symptoms ranging from abdominal pain, bloating, headaches,
fogginess in the brain,
nausea, actually anxiety, distal body pain, like shooting pain into the arms or legs, for example. Anything else that you guys?
Any dermatitis or eczeama or skin rashes as well.
Fatigue's another one, for example. So we're going to go into now some more detail about this. So Dr. James, I know you've got some things that you wanted to talk about.
Yeah, so over the last 2 decades, the research is starting to show that ingestion of gluten or gluten-containing cereals can have bigger issues. And it's, again, like Dr. Jeremy said, it's not necessarily a celiac reaction. So these are people that have usually been tested negative to it, and they're still responding to it, whether it be intestinally, so you're bloating, your gassiness and discomfort there, or what we'd call extra intestinally, so skin reactions or the joint pains. So these things are starting to come up a hell of a lot more, and it's just proving that there's a lot more to it than what we originally thought.
Absolutely.
So another really interesting thing that has come out in the research as well is something called cross reactions with gluten. So what this means is sometimes there is other foods that have a really similar genetic makeup to that of gluten, and so sometimes our body can't actually differentiate it from gluten. So it's really similar to, like, say if we were walking down the street and saw someone in the distance and waved to them because we think we know them, and then realise it's not them, but it's too late because we've already waved. So sometimes this happens within our body as well. So when we have these other foods, so for gluten, some of these cross-reactive foods can be things like oats or rice and millet and yeast as well. And so sometimes if we
Corn's
have...
a big one too.
Corn is a big one. Thank you,
one.
Dr.
Yeah.
Jeremy. And so sometimes when we have these, and if we do have a gluten sensitivity and we have foods that we are having a cross reaction to as well, unless we cut out those foods as well, we may never get to the real bottom of what is going on within our body.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's a really commonly missed thing that we see a lot.
Yeah.
But it's important that you don't, if you think you've got a sensitivity, for example, to bread or pasta, for example, it's important that you just don't eliminate these things straight away, because, there's a whole procedure that we go into in doing this that's been proven to be the best way in evidence-based. But essentially what I want to make a point of here is it's better for you not to just drop it out, because if you drop it out, it can be really actually hard to work out truly what's going on without doing it in a proper procedurally based fashion. So we do have a whole way of doing this. I think Dr. Ange, you're going to talk a little bit about just a touch base on what we do for that.
So one of the really important things that we need to rule out first is that it isn't a celiac disease or a wheat allergy. But then what we go into after this is we use a scale. It's called a GSRS scale, and so this is where we go into looking into a lot of different intestinal symptoms and non-intestinal related symptoms within the body once we've cut these foods out, and then seeing what symptoms decrease or what symptoms return when we reintroduce those foods. And this whole procedure has been proven to be slightly better than other procedures out there as well to work out if there is a gluten sensitivity, just because it is much easier to do and also gives us a lot of information on what is going on within the body as well.
Yeah, absolutely. For non-celiac gluten sensitivity, which based on you're not a celiac, but you've got some of these symptoms that we've spoken about, like the headaches that we spoke about, nerve pain, anxiety, numbness,
gut-related symptoms,
Fogginess and
respiratory symptoms, and also skin-related symptoms as well. Yeah.
There's so many things that non-celiac gluten sensitivity can derive that most people just put up with. They're not really aware of where it might come from. And the procedure that Dr. Ange has just described in the literature right now is the best way to do this. But you use a scale, we rate things, we look at it again, we reintroduce the food later. So we have a whole big document that's based on all the latest research about this. If you'd like that document, just write below document, and we'll arrange through Messenger to have that sent to you or via email. Also, if you'd like to actually have a discussion with one of our chiropractors about this, write gluten sensitivity in the comments below, and one of us will get into a one-on-one conversation privately with you about this to see if there's any other information we can give you or help you out with. I I hope this has been informative, guys. It's a topic that a lot of people speak about but probably don't know the best research behind it all. And if anyone has any other questions or you'd like some help, make sure you ask one of our doctors of chiropractic about this. And we want you to have a fantastic weekend and a fantastic Friday.
No worries.
See you later,
Thanks,
guys.
Guys,
Bye.
bye.